much for tuning back into Shonae's Law. Today we're going to talk about my 8-month update, my bunionectomy, hammer toe correction, and tailor's bunionectomy. And I know I'm a little bit behind. I just posted my 6 months, but 11/9 of 2018 actually made my 8th month update. And we're going to go ahead and talk about that today. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a detailed update about what it's been like 8 months post-surgery, which my situation is going to be different because I've only been walking about 5 months since my surgery. So it's not going to be the typical 8 months that a person who's only down for 6 weeks update is going to be. So the first thing I want to talk about is walking. Again, I've only been walking about 5 months at this point. I walked for about 1 month in the boot, and the other months I was able to walk in a shoe. And it was not, it was bad at first. It hurt a lot. It was a lot of pressure. I didn't have a lot of muscle in my legs, so my foot would kind of start hurting after only shorter periods of time standing up or walking too much, or, you know, I couldn't run. And stairs, oh my gosh, stairs used to hurt so bad. Like, climbing stairs was a problem. I had to take my time and hold on to a rail. But since then, I'm definitely maintaining my balance a lot better. I'm not losing balance as much. I'm not stumbling, because I did that a lot at first. You know, throughout these 8 months, looking back, just in July and August when I really started walking again, I had to learn how to walk all over again. I had to learn how to stand without looking or feeling awkward. I had to take it one step at a time. Getting out of the car, I couldn't just jump up. Couldn't just jump up out of bed, jump up out of my seat. I had to slowly get up, because if I jumped up too fast, I would fall back down because I didn't have enough strength in my right leg yet. And I learned that the hard way. So once I got, you know, used to that, I just started taking it a little bit slower, you know, getting up at ease, and it got better. This is one of the things that it just gets better over time. You can't rush this process, and I really do wish I had been able to go to physical therapy, but I had ended up getting a new job and I had to go back to work. Funds were getting low. Surgery's expensive. Short-term disability under your medical leave does not pay a lot of money. Only pays 60% of your income. And if you're not making a lot of money, then you're pretty much screwed. Unfortunately, our society is built like that. You got to pay your bills. Sick, hurt, recovering, or not. So that's what happened to me. I'm able to take the stairs at an easier rate now. I'm getting up the stairs a lot faster without much assistance. I don't have to take my time as much. I don't get ahead of myself and I don't rush it, but I'm able to get up the stairs a lot easier, a lot quicker, without much pain. Because I used to have to brace myself for the, you know, the wincing pain or the soreness. I had to brace myself for that, but I don't have that problem anymore. I can climb up and down some steps. A fair amount of steps. I'm not talking about climbing 5 or 6 flights for no reason, but I can do maybe 1 or 2 or 3 without much problem. So that's been pretty good for me. Haven't ran a lot, but I can run now. I can run and not feel so fragile. That's looking up for me as well. I'm just taking it easy on wet surfaces or when it rains, because, you know, if I'm still slipping and sliding, I don't want to re-injure myself. So just taking my time when it rains. Definitely always carrying an umbrella. Just being cognizant of my surroundings. Not trying to slip up on any paper or anything that might be on the floor. Just really taking my time out and seeing my surroundings before I get in and out of the car, before I get in and off of the bed, knowing where my house slippers are. Things of that sort. Just being aware of what's around me and, you know, how I step down. Number 2, I want to talk about exercising. So I'm doing cardio, I'm doing mild weights, resistance bands. I'm also doing my stretches full body. Stretching is so important just for everybody in general. I'm still stretching, I'm still doing the stretches, and the plantar fasciitis pamphlet that I have, and of course you can find them on the internet as well. I'm still doing all those. I'm still doing the big toe stretches when my bunionectomy was done on my first metatarsal, taking the toe at the, you know, at the base of the toe, moving it back and forth, because it does still stiffen up after long periods of time, but it is more mobile, it is more flexible. It is not as stiff all day as it used to be, so I have to keep breaking through that scar tissue, and hopefully that'll get done soon for me. I'm rebuilding my muscle. I'm starting to feel the strength come back, but I have to say, resistance bands, you can never go wrong with them. You can never go wrong with them at all, because just, you know, putting one around the ankle, moving it back in motion, it's less strenuous in terms of equipment and weight, but you're also using your own body weight to strengthen it back up. So I would definitely recommend anybody to go ahead and just use those resistance bands. It's a great way to get that strength back up. And even when, I guess, weeks after the surgery, even if you're still in the cast, you can actually do resistance training with resistance bands without bearing weight. So I recommend those. Maintaining a healthier diet. I've actually incorporated in my salads that I eat every day. I eat baby spinach now, as opposed to, you know, well, we can't eat romaine lettuce now anyway. It's been in the news for months that romaine lettuce is supposedly bad for us or something. So haven't eaten that in a while. I eat baby spinach in every salad that I eat now. Just trying to keep all of my vitamins and my minerals in. Making better choices, drinking more water, drinking more lemon water. Great substitute. If you don't want just plain water, put you some lemon in there. 3, my scar healing. I'm still using my prescribed prescription creams that I have. One more so than the other one. It's getting colder out here. It's almost winter time. I pretty much just use one of them, the cosmetic cream. I use it more than I use the other one at this point. I'm also still using my cocoa butter lotions. My Vaseline cocoa butter lotion, I'm still using that. I'm using shea butter Dove lotion, as well as cocoa butter in general. Palmer's and Queen Helen, still using that over the foot. My foot is looking a lot better. The scars are, I like how they're coming together for me, and I'm still doing the daily massages on top of the scars too, keeping them nice and flat in certain areas. It's really coming along. You know, my foot is definitely thriving a lot of more ways than one since the last time I actually recorded it. And I'm just looking forward to what it's going to look like within a year, you know. Of course, I'm worried about keeping my scar tissue down with the big toe and doing those exercises, but I feel like I'm on the right path. Walking is a lot easier. Like I said, climbing these stairs is a lot easier. Even the appearance of the foot has gotten better thus far. And the scars are barely visible in some areas of my foot. You really can't see them unless you're up close and really looking. Like the scars on the toes, those are kind of like really not very obvious at all. 4, shoes. I have predominantly still been wearing my sneakers. I prefer sneakers to drive. I've been wearing my boots a little bit more, but I do need to rebuy boots because I got rid of a lot of shoes when I was on medical leave. Anything that felt flimsy or like I didn't have any arch support, I just got rid of those. I didn't want them around anymore. I didn't want to risk having my plantar fasciitis coming back up. And I got to rebuy my whole boot collection. I don't mind. You know, health is wealth. If anything I can do to, you know, keep my health up to par, I'm going to do it. You know, no questions asked. So I'm still wearing my foot orthotics. Still, I'm going to always wear them. You'll never have to ask. For the most part, those things will be in. I know I can sometimes, you know, wear different shoes and the orthotics can't fit into every shoe, but if it can fit, it's going to be worn. When it comes to the sneakers, I'm still wearing my New Balances and my Hoka ones. And workplace casual, my workplace and casual shoes, I'm still wearing Echoes and Clarks. And they both make boots as well. It's getting colder out here. I can't really wear those flats like that. So I'm wearing sneakers right now. And luckily I can wear those at my job. But when I start buying the boots, Clarks does have boots as well. And that arch support that I had in those flats was amazing. So I can only imagine what the boots are going to feel like when I do get those. And I will say that I have been getting some plantar fasciitis bouts when I'm walking too much or if I've stood up too long. I can kind of feel it at the very height of the arch underneath my foot. It'll kind of ache. And sometimes the muscles in my feet, I feel like they lock up and I just have to stretch. Just stretch them out real good. Like if I'm getting back up off the ground from doing crunches, sometimes they just lock. I guess because of the way they have been positioned on the ground, I'm not really sure. But they kind of lock and I have to stretch them and then it goes away. So that's why I have to stay on top of my stretching anyway. But when I feel like anything's going wrong, I stretch because I'm definitely not trying to get a Charlie horse. I used to get Charlie horses a lot before my surgery. Both legs. That's why stretching is so important. I'm not sure. I don't think that's normal. I hate Charlie horses. They hurt, and then my leg will be sore for days after that. And so I'm trying to avoid any more Charlie horses or any pains, difficulties. And I'm definitely going to make sure that my new boots are going to have strong arch support, because I can't have my plantar fasciitis come back. That was a horrific time for me. And a year ago, at this very time of the year, I was suffering so bad. And my job was working 60 hours, and I had already met with my podiatrist at this point, and I was waiting to get clearance from my insurance company to get my orthotics, and that took about 2 months because I had to get cleared. I had to go get them custom made and molded, and then I had to wait for them to get made and sent back to my podiatrist's office. So that was not fun. So I'm going to just try to keep up my footwear as much as possible. Overall healing, my Exogen Bone Healing System definitely sped up my recovery process, because as you know, I was 3 months, no weight, knee scooter, couldn't bear weight, couldn't walk. But after 4 weeks of using it, I was permitted to walk within the boot. And I still use it every now and then, not as much as I used to, but I do have an upcoming appointment, and I'll see if it's still necessary for me to utilize it. But I'm definitely going to keep it after he tells me what to do at my next appointment. And I'm still taking my vitamins, magnesium, calcium, zinc. Just trying to stay healthy, trying to stay replenished, staying hydrated, plenty of water, positive thoughts, positive vibes, not giving up on myself. This is a journey, it's a process. I do know they said full recovery takes up to a year. And, you know, at this point, I only have a few more months until, you know, March 9, 2019 rolls around. So I'm just trying to, you know, stay high-spirited. And last but not least, driving. Now, I'm still using my temporary handicap placard per my doctor's request. That thing is a godsend. It is such a blessing to be able to park closer and walk. And I know for me, I'm such an independent person. I feel like I wouldn't need it. I'm glad he made me do it. I'm so glad, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Mind you, getting up too fast was a problem. Walking on the curb, you know, stepping up onto curbs was a problem. But luckily, if you park in handicap parking, they have the lower levels for you. You don't have to step up on the curb. You just walk up a little slope. So much better for my foot. Both of them. Remember, both of them had plantar fasciitis, even though one had major surgery. It's been so much better to have, you know, the ability to park in handicap parking and just walk at your own rate without having any difficulties getting up and down steps or curbs. So I'm thankful for that. It's definitely easier for me to drive in sneakers versus dressy shoes. I have not drove in heels yet. I haven't worn heels yet. I might attempt after my next appointment, and if he tells me I can wear them or not. Definitely like a sturdier shoe. I did drive in some boots the other day. They felt okay. It felt okay. Driving has become a lot better 8 months in, 5 months post walking. It's a lot better. It's a lot easier. You know, with your foot, you can hit the brake, hit the gas, and just that movement of having that foot go up and down in that V kind of curve, it's easier now. It's not as cumbersome as it once was. And I have less pain now. It's less painful. I can drive longer distances without my ankle hurting or just the foot overall hurting. It's a lot easier for me now. I know it's only going to get better, but that's why I'm continuing to stretch and not let any of my muscles lock up. So I can definitely drive long periods of time. It's not as bad as it was. So I'm happier. I'm doing better. And I can just see myself and my results really just happening right before my eyes. 8 months has been a lot better than 6 months. And I'm probably not going to do a 10-month update unless somebody requests it. I'll probably just wait till a year rolls around and let you guys know how I'm doing at that point. I think that'll be a really good way to address everything that I went through over that year and give you guys a video about that. So this is 8 months post-surgery, and it's looking up for me. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know some people did want to know how it's been going on thus far, and I just want to give you guys an update of what to expect 8 months. Some of you might have better experiences if you don't have to be non-weight bearing as long as I did. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to see you on my next video. Have a great day.